Hey guys, in this one, we're going to talk about the bipartisan legislation that was introduced on Capitol Hill just yesterday. And this legislation will provide a pathway to citizenship for folks who came into the United States when they were under 18. If you're interested in hearing more about these developments, watch this video. For those of you who are new to me, welcome to my channel. I invite you to stick around by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Now, what happened just yesterday? I had reported out to you guys that Senators Durbin and Lindsey Graham decided to team up again and reintroduce the DREAM Act. The DREAM Act is not new. In fact, it was introduced 20 years ago by Senator Durbin in a very emotional speech on the Senate floor. Senator Durbin tells the story of when he first introduced the DREAM Act and why it's so meaningful to him. Now, you might be saying, well, what's the difference between this and DACA? I mean, I thought those young people or dreamers are already protected under DACA. Well, DACA is temporary. It provides folks who meet the very strict criteria an opportunity to stay in the U.S. and obtain a work permit and travel document, but that's about it. It does not lead to permanent residency, and it certainly does not lead to citizenship. What the DREAM Act does is it allows for a broader group of people to be eligible for residency as well as citizenship. The DREAM Act under this Congress is S-264. The text of the bill has not been placed on congress.gov's website quite yet. And in fact, the only action that's been taken so far is that it was introduced in the Senate and it's been assigned to the Judiciary Committee, of which Senator Durbin is the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And he has already indicated that he wants to see this bill fast-tracked. Although Lindsey Graham is a co-sponsor of the legislation, he did indicate in his statement that he does not believe that this legislation will be passed and signed into law as a standalone measure. He says, I believe it will be a starting point for us to find bipartisan breakthroughs providing relief to the dreamers and also repairing a broken immigration system. That's Lindsey Graham's take on the whole matter. And what he is talking about there is including measures perhaps around border security and some other things that he wants to see part of this DREAM Act. As this bill makes its way through the markup process, we're going to see ultimately where it lands, what additional things have been added to this. The senators mentioned that the bill that they've reintroduced is identical to the previous bill. This was the bill that was introduced under the 116th Congress. It was called the DREAM Act of 2019. According to this old version of the DREAM Act, the individual who would be eligible under this act needed to have been in the United States continuously for a period of 4 years. That individual must have been under 18 when he or she entered the United States. They must also have a clean record and fulfill certain educational requirements. There is an application fee that's part of this process, but it's waivable. Medical examination is required, as is the case with anyone who is applying for a green card. And the work permit also comes along with this employment authorization. The individuals who fit the criteria will be granted permanent residence based on a conditional basis for about 8 years. So once the text of the current bill or version of the DREAM Act becomes available, I'll come back before you with the actual bill and we'll just go through it section by section so that you guys can have a better understanding of who is eligible under this bill. Now, this is actually the most exciting thing from my standpoint that really happened this week in the world of immigration. The fact that we now have a bipartisan legislation that will capture quite a bit of people and help them get on the road to residency as well as citizenship. Stay tuned for more details about this. Guys, I hope you found this update helpful. Be sure to like this video, share it with other people, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.